We're back with a guy who can do it all. Eric McCormack, of course, as you know, he won an Emmy Award for his role on the hit NBC series Will and Grace, and then he went on to play a time-traveling special operative in the sci-fi show Travelers.
Well, now he's back in a new high-stakes thriller called 9 Bodies in a Mexican Morgue.
The show follows a group of plane crash survivors who find themselves trapped in the jungle, wondering if they will ever make it back home.
Shouldn't have done it. What? Shouldn't have operated on him. I told you the risks.
I don't think we had any choice. He would have died anyway.
That's easy for you to say. You didn't kill him. I killed him.
You did what you could. Nobody blames you.
You made me do it. I shouldn't have operated on him. And this is the result.
Why did I think that was going in your leg?
Grandma.
Good morning. How are you?
I love when the first clip is always me 25 years ago, and now look at him.
You aged very well.
Very well.
That'll remind me.
Yeah. So let's just start off with the set, right? Because this was actually a set with real plants brought into a studio, right?
Well, it's a Mexican jungle, and the agents call and say it's shooting in the Canary Islands. And you think, what could be more lush?
Yes.
And it turns out nothing. There's nothing lush. It's a volcanic island.
No way.
And so this was created in a studio by brilliant set decorators, and it was all real plants. So the first couple of days, it feels like Gilligan's Island, but by four weeks in, it's its own ecosystem.
Like
Ants are crawling on you. You're like,
where did these
who
come
brought
from?
these? It's like they make
shake out
themselves.
these plants before we brought them into
Eventually
set?
they make themselves.
There was an ant wrangler.
Yes.
So this is an international cast that's taking part in this, but you know, a lot of them had American accents. Did you find that you had to kind of be the accent cop?
Well, oddly, these are all brilliant actors. Irish, English, Icelandic. The whole crew was Spanish. I was the one Canadian. You have to have one. It's in the rules somewhere. But it's basically an American story of Americans trying to get from Mexico to Houston, of all things. So there was some accent stuff, and I was sort of the one guy kind of going, you know, like Siobhan McSweeney, who's quite Irish, was playing like a southern gal, and once in a while she'd say something that came out wrong, and I'd go, honey, and she'd be like, oh, bollocks, did I sound Irish on that?
Bollocks.
Bollocks.
I heard you guys also bonded over working with Anthony Horowitz.
So this is maybe a name that a lot of people don't know over here, but in the UK, Anthony Horowitz is Stephen King. Like, he's written over 50 mystery novels, beloved. And I fell in love with this guy instantly. We met at dinner, and I'd been cast in this role of Kevin Anderson. And he's sitting, and as I walk in the restaurant, he stands up and he says, "That is exactly how I always imagined Kevin Anderson to walk. How did you do that?" I said, "That's how I walk." And he said, "Well, that's brilliant casting then, isn't it? You've got half the work done for you now."
So you got the role with your walk.
Apparently I had the swagger.
I didn't know you could like nail so many different accents.
I've got 5 minutes.
You're just on fire.
Okay, Icelandic.
Well, no, this is going to be terrible Icelandic, but Olaf Dari Olafsson, who's a wonderful Icelandic actor. We've all seen him in things, but the deepest chess, I couldn't possibly do it. But we would finish work every day at 6 o'clock because it was English hours, which I was so civilized.
Just done it.
6 o'clock, as the English producer would come in and say, "Right, that's it, that's the day." And Dari would turn to me and go, "I think it's time for the gin and tonic." That was not Icelandic, but it was.
But it's close enough.
Yes.
It's so fun to listen to. Thank you so much for being here.
You should do a one-man show. I would watch your one-man show.
I could have played all the characters and saved them a lot of money. A lot of money.
Even the ants. 9 Bodies in a Mexican Morgue. It premieres March 2nd on MGM+.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.